Good morning. Good morning. It's morning here on Hilton Head, and I am having my morning coffee, sending you love from Hilton Head. One quick sip. Can you say Linda? Well, this is a video especially for Eli. Eli, how are you doing today? I just reached down for the book I'm sending you. I thought you might enjoy this book. Look at that cute little guy on the cover. Tell your mother and your grandmother that I have used Clorox wipes to clean this book up. I got it at our local used bookstore, but I thought of you when I got it because I know you like to go for walks in the park and in the woods, and you go for hikes. And did you go camping? I want to hear about camping. Well, this is a book about how animals make their houses, and they make them in different ways. And the first group of animals that they talk about are people who make what they call mounds. And you see a bird there sitting on his mound. And I'm going to walk outside right now and show you our backyard because there is a bird sitting out there on his mound. Now if I can press the right button and reverse this, let's do that, okay? So it's 8:30 in the morning here, and once again it's forecasted to be literally 100 degrees. Yesterday I believe was 101, and I'm afraid we didn't do too much, but stay indoors. Grandpa had a dentist appointment, so he went and had his teeth cleaned. This is our magnolia, lovely big tree, but honestly it did not do much in the way of flowers. Now I was going to show you a bird that was out here when I started to think about sending this to you, but if he were here right now you would see that he would build his nest up high, and Mama especially would sit on the nest. And let's see who's down here making some bubbles. Oh, there's a little turtle. I don't know if you can see it. So it's kind of quiet out here yet this morning. You can see the reflection. We call this a lagoon around here. Your cousin Bob calls it a swamp, or if he feels elegant, he'll call it a slough. This water will be a little bit salty because we live so close to the ocean. As an island, our house itself is only a full mile away from the ocean, but still the water has a little bit of salt in it. And as a result, we have alligators, and you will see. So here's where Grandpa and I sit and enjoy the wildlife, just like you do when you go on hikes. So we're gonna go back inside so Grandma can have her coffee with you, and we're going to look at some of the parts of the book, not the whole book. I'll let you read the whole book, but this is the deck. Grandpa power washed it the other day because it had gotten kind of funky. We don't own this house, so we don't do a lot of maintenance because he has paid for others to do it, but we did power wash the deck. And while I'm here, you can remember Auntie Ann. My sister Ann came to visit us in this house. We celebrated her birthday, and a barbershop quartet came and sang to her. This was on a golf course instead of the lagoon like we have, the swamp. Okay, so let's see here now if I can press the right button and not shut us off. Okay, so I just wanted to show you a few pieces of this book, and then you can enjoy it on your own. So they show different ways that animals have their... Oh, here's Grandpa. Grandpa is not going to, he's shy. He likes books too, but he just doesn't. So these are all, he doesn't want to be on YouTube. So these are all the mound builders, animals that build. See that muskrat or that beaver? He's carrying logs to build a mound. And then you can read all about that. Then we'll show you a different kind of builder, different kind of house. And some animals weave their houses, like birds. See how beautifully that bird weaved all of those twigs to make a nest. And some birds weave very delicate nests. And here is an interesting animal, a squirrel, just like is on the cover. And a squirrel weaves as well, and I actually did not know that. So I'm going to look at different places for the squirrels because we see them jumping around our neighborhood. I thought I was going to show you one this morning, but the squirrel must be having breakfast. And then we have some people who build up high like an osprey. And this morning while I was out, I found a beautiful feather. I don't know if it belongs to an osprey or a probably a heron. But you can see it's a rather large bird because it's a large feather. And it's from Hilton Head, and I will, from South Carolina, and I will put it in the book for you, Eli, so that you have a little piece of our house. And then some people make their homes out of silk and saliva. They spit and they weave things. And sometimes you see them when you're on a hike and you see them in a tree. See how they have woven a nest? I'm just briefly running through this. You can enjoy it with your family at your leisure. And then we have animals that use mud. Oh my gosh, look at that. With the babies. Isn't that funny? They use mud, like cliffhangers use mud. Certain kinds of shorebirds. I know you have seen this bird when you have gone to the beach. He builds his house out of mud. And we keep turning pages. And another popular animal that uses mud is the bee. And I think maybe I told you, excuse me while I have a quick sip. That Grandpa Al had to buy some repellent because we had a bunch of bees called carpenter bees. And they lived under the deck that I showed you a few minutes ago. And they would send the men out, big bees, as big as a hummingbird, to guard the nests. And they don't, the hummingbird or the carpenter male bee does not sting, but boy, can they be annoying. And then some make their homes out of wax and paper. Isn't that interesting? Little cubby holes made out of wax and paper. And you can read all about that. These are beautiful photos done by National Geographic. And I hope that you are watching Spy Animal. Is that what it's called? Last night, Grandpa and I watched an episode where the designers were showing us how they used the computer to generate the animals before they even put the fur on them or the covering on them. Some animals dig in the ground and make holes. And there's an example of an animal that does that. And you can see what it looks like underground, like a bunny. See, he's made his own little trail of a home underneath the ground. A fox does that as well. I just had a friend who got bit by a fox. She was in visiting her mother not far from here in the Carolinas. She was just out for a walk in the neighborhood, and out of the woods came a fox and actually attacked her. And she ended up with a chunk out of her leg where he got her, and then out of her hands where she tried 3 times to push him away. Something about what she wore or her fragrance or something alarmed the fox. And here we have a beautiful bear, something you might see when you take your trip to Alaska, Eli. And they burrow a hole. You see how they use the underground hole, a cave, so to speak. Oh, and then we have our turtles. Well, this is a long book for you to enjoy. We're sending it to you, Eli, because we think you're wonderful. We think you're special. And here is a little squirrel that says, "Hi, Eli." And I want to send along his buddy to you. "Hi, Eli. Have a good day. Enjoy my book. I will send this to you and hope that you have fun. Have a good day," and say hi to your mama and your daddy and your grandma. You have no shortage of grandmas and grandpas. You're a lucky boy. And I haven't heard much about Clifford. I hope that you still have your silly monkey. All right. Saying goodbye, Eli. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.